Baba's fiancé makes a statement with Instagram bio update. Finally, in sport news, Super Eagles midfielder Dele Bashiru back in action for Lazio. Now the news in detail. Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has demanded the public parade of the suspected killers of 16 hunters from Kano who were brutally murdered in Edo State. The governor made this demand during a condolence visit by the Edo State Governor Monday Ukwebolo in Kano. Yusuf described the attack as disturbing, emphasizing that Nigeria values the sanctity of human life. The hunters were traveling in a truck when they were intercepted by a vigilante group accused of being kidnappers and brutally killed. 14 suspects have been arrested so far. Governor Yusuf called for fair compensation for the victims' families and commended President Tinubu's prompt response to the incident. Yusuf assured that strong security measures have been implemented to prevent any reprisal attacks. Okwebolo, who condemned the brutal killing, assured that the arrested suspects would be transferred to Abuja for further interrogation. Also in the news this afternoon, the police high command has confirmed the rescue of 21 kidnapped victims and the recovery of 4.8 million naira. According to the police spokesman ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, the Nigerian police force has intensified its efforts to combat kidnapping, banditry and other violent crimes across the country. The police achieved this feat through decisive nationwide operations aimed at dismantling criminal networks and tackling kidnapping and illegal arms. In the fourth quarter of 2025, the force carried out a series of raids, rescuing victims, apprehending key suspects, and seizing weapons and illicit funds. One of the recent successful operations took place in Taraba State on March 29, 2025, where police operatives, in conjunction with other security agencies, rescued 20 kidnapped victims and recovered abandoned vehicles after a fierce-gun battle. Moving on to the African story, the breakaway alliance of Sahel states comprising Mali, Niger Republic, and Burkina Faso have widened its rift with ECOWAS member nations. The AES has imposed a 0.5% import duty on all goods from ECOWAS members effective March 28. This move further strains relations between the three junta-led nations and ECOWAS. The three countries have severed links with ECOWAS earlier last year following a series of military coups. The imposed levy aims to generate revenue to fund the alliance's activities. However, it may disrupt free trade in the West African region, leading to higher consumer prices, supply chain disruptions, and strained regional economic stability. And on the foreign scene, the Israeli military has issued a massive evacuation order for the southern Gaza Strip, affecting the city of Rafah and parts of neighboring Khan Yunis. Residents have been instructed to leave immediately for the humanitarian zone as military prepares to intensify operations against terrorist organizations in the area. This move comes after a 2-month-long ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, during which Palestinians had returned to their homes. The UN Human Rights Office has warned that these evacuations violate international law, citing Israel's failure to provide adequate accommodation, hygiene, health, safety, and nutrition conditions for those affected. Israel's government claims the evacuations are necessary to protect civilians from Hamas fighters, who allegedly use them to shield humans. The Israeli military has also stated it's doing everything possible to minimize civilian casualties. The conflict has resulted in major displacement, with about a fifth of Gaza now under evacuation orders. The international community continues to monitor the situation, expressing concerns about the humanitarian crisis unfolding in the region. from Malaysia also this afternoon, a massive fire broke out today in a Malaysian town outside Kuala, prompting evacuations of nearby homes. The fire caused by a burst gas pipeline took off near a gas station in Putra, the central Selangor state, and was visible miles afar. National Oil Company has confirmed the fire started at one of its gas pipelines. The Disaster Management Unit reported that the blaze spread to several houses in a nearby village, with efforts underway to rescue trapped residents. Several people suffered burns and are being treated, although the full extent of the damage is still being assessed. Those isolated affected pipeline and 3 nearby gas stations have been temporarily closed as a precaution. On the business report this afternoon, the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority has announced its audited financial results for the 2024 financial year, showing a remarkable 96% increase in net assets to 4.35 trillion naira as of December 2024. NSIA has maintained profitability for the 12th consecutive year, with cumulative retained earnings reaching 3.74 trillion naira at the end of 2024. The authority's performance was boosted by its well-diversified investment portfolio, infrastructure assets, gains from foreign exchange movement, and derivative valuations. Total operating profits, excluding profit from associates and joint ventures, rose from 1.17 trillion in 2023 to 1.86 trillion naira in 2024. NSIA is poised to continue driving economic growth and development in Nigeria. On the entertainment scene, Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osawuru has updated her social media bio to reflect a new relationship status with singer Tubaba. A bio now reads Honorable Natasha Idibia, indicating that she has taken on the last name of her fiancé, Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba. This move comes amidst the ongoing drama surrounding Tubaba's separation from his wife Annie. Annie recently sparked speculation about the status of their marriage by signing off with her full name, Annie Uwana Macaulay, noticeably excluding Idibia. Meanwhile, Tubaba and Natasha have been spotted together on multiple occasions. Tubaba proposed to Natasha in February, confirming his separation from Annie. The singer's decision to move on with Natasha has been met with mixed reactions from friends and followers nationwide. And finally, on the sport news this afternoon, Super Eagles midfielder Fisayo Dele Bashiru has made his return from injury for Lazio. The 24-year-old Nigerian international was named on the bench for Monday's Serie A fixture against Torino at the Stadio Olimpico. Dele Bashiru has been sidelined with an ankle injury sustained during Lazio's goalless draw against Venezia on February 2022. The injury forced Dele Bashiru out of Nigeria's 2026 World Cup qualifying fixtures in March this year. At the time, Lazio's manager, Marco Baroni, expressed concern about the midfielder's condition. Dele Bashiru's return provides a significant boost for Lazio, who are battling for Champions League qualification. And that'll be all for now on the World News at noon on Ono 103.5 FM. Before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. On the national news this afternoon, we informed you that the Kano State Governor has condemned killing of hunters and has demanded public parade of suspects. And on the African news, Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso have imposed import duty on ECOWAS member states. Meanwhile, on the foreign scene, Gaza residents have been ordered to flee as Israel resumes military campaign. And in entertainment, Tubaba's fiancé has made a statement with her Instagram bio update. And finally, on the sport news, Super Eagles midfielder Dele Bashiru is back in action for Lazio. For our Eyewitness Report news mentions and news commercials. Contact the Honor FM newsroom at 0817-675-5555 or 0913-600-1035. You can also visit our website at www.honorfm1035.net for more information. The news was compiled and edited by Adida Molasaka. I am Temitope Dada. Thanks for listening.
And that was the news on Honor 103.5 FM. Honor and integrity. Our watchword.
Music